So, welcome back. Excellent. Uh, we just had our last week released our intro episode. If you haven't seen that it's more just about us.
Yeah.
So, just about us in general, just giving a little bit heads up. So, I just wanted to mention it just to, if you haven't seen it and want to get to know us a little bit before getting into this, give that a check. Um, we're going to be going into my time for first time as host. Uh, and we're going to be focusing on some game related both news and just some things about games in general. Uh, so we've talked a little bit about it. Any games catch your eye recently? Anything that you find interesting?
Yeah. By the way, this is Tommy talking, not me hosting this time. We'll go back to level opinions. Uh, yeah, we talked briefly about um games we are excited for. What
Yeah,
do you?
no,
Yeah.
I'm think mostly like anything that you have like specifically have your eye on. I'm gonna come a little bit back to it, but just wanted to see.
Any type of game I have my eye on for this specific?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I we are We watched the State of Play, which had a lot of games I
Mm,
am keeping an eye
mm,
out for. One game that caught my eye, as you all might remember from the introduction podcast episode, was I am a huge fan of Digimon.
mm.
Um, and so
Did
Digimon
see that.
Stories caught my eye
Mm,
and caught my interest a lot, actually. So I'm
mm,
looking forward to that.
mm,
Yeah. That's the biggest thing for me.
mm.
Yeah. How about you?
Uh, Mostly just recently. I think I've been looking at the. I, I'm not sure who released it on it, but the Blood of Dawnwalker I think is the most like anticipated for me in the coming in the future.
Blood of Dawnwalker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like this vampire-esque Witcher style game.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting to me seeing what they've just had this small cinematic trailer. So like I haven't looked too much into it either. It's kind of sometimes my style to just not deep dive too much and trying to find all type of research and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Trying to get a little bit of fresh mind going into the stuff.
Yeah. Keep a little bit of excitement for the actual
Yeah,
gameplay.
yeah.
Yeah. Have some excitement and just go along the way.
But uh, we did have a discussion a little bit back about the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I was, and there was a lot of cool releases there as well.
A lot of cool releases on Game
Witcher
Awards.
4 coming
Yeah.
as well. But Okami there as well. The
Yeah.
Okami game, I think I'm gonna give it a try.
Yeah. Comic game is gonna be probably more exciting for me than Digimon.
Yeah,
Yeah. I almost forgotten about Game Awards.
it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
Uh, but there's a lot of great releases
yeah, yeah, yeah.
or planned releases,
Yeah.
trailers and whatnot.
Keeping it to the Game Awards as well.
Yeah,
When we talked about it, because that's about when we started like planning this entire thing.
yeah,
Starting like that was about when we started like going into nitty gritty, like starting to
yeah,
like find ideas for stuff. So we did have an idea of doing a Game Awards. It's been a while now, so it was harder to keep it relevant. But
yeah,
I did bring one thing from the Game Awards that I wanted to talk about.
yeah,
One thing that we really talked about a lot around that was the indie game of the year,
yeah.
Balatro,
Yeah,
and that is a game that I've been playing a lot recently.
yeah,
Yes, I got into it like right before Christmas,
yeah,
and I've been deep diving so hard into it. It's so fun.
yeah. I also Balatro won like a fair amount of prizes, didn't it?
Uh,
Or was at least nominated for a lot of
it was
prizes.
nominated for a lot. It was also nominated for Game of the Year, if
It was?
I'm not
That's really
100%,
good
but
though.
it won Indie Game of the Year.
Yeah.
And that is the thing that kind of like made me, because I had heard about the game and stuff like that,
Yeah. What
but that's what kind of interested me. It got me interested in trying the game.
yeah, what type of genre is Electro?
I would call it a roguelike.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, because it is basically poker, not roguelike.
They're kind of like what is it called? Slay the Spire? No.
Kinda. It's it's where you start with your deck.
Mm,
Normal first start of the game, you start with your deck of 52 cards.
yeah.
A normal playing card deck, and you get scores
Okay.
based on where uh, the different
Yeah.
hands that you play. So you have like play card, which is the lowest one, which doesn't give you like it gives you both a chip amount, which is the amount of chips that you're trying to gather up, and then you get a multiplier.
Yeah.
So you have the multiplier multiplying the chips, and then you get a score. So you have this score that you're trying to beat. And so in the start, it's just basic poker. You're just discarding a couple of cards, trying to build whatever you want, like trying to play a flat flush or a straight or whatever, and then just trying to see what how many points you can get out of it.
Yeah.
And then you come to the point where you finish the first blind. There is the game is split up in three blinds into eight antes. So each ante has three blinds: the small, the big, and the boss blind.
Yeah.
Small and big blinds are usually just chip amount you need to hit,
Yeah.
but the boss blind usually has like a debuff, some kind of thing that makes it harder for you to play.
See.
So it's like, oh, all heart cards are debuffed, so no heart cards will give you any points because the different cards, like a two of spades, is going to give you two chips. Eight of spades is going to give you eight chips. So based on the type of card is going to give you the different amount of chips.
Yeah.
And then when you're done with each blind, you get some money
All right.
and you get sent to a store. And in this store, you're able to buy card packs where you can like find additional playing cards. You can find like have suddenly have two eight of hearts in your deck. You can change up your deck.
Totally turns into TCG, kind of.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have a couple of card packs you get to choose by, and then you have like these tarot cards which you can use to like remove cards from your deck or change one card into another. You can add extra multiplier to cards, yeah, and add extra bonus chips to cards and stuff like that. So you kind of like change up the game
Yeah.
and change up your deck to try and fit how you play. But you also have the access in the shop to jokers. So these are cards that are going to be like next to your playing area,
Hmm.
and in that they can give you like bonus multipliers. You have like uh, one that I just like because of the name, Even Steven, which gives that even cards give you multiplier when they are played. So if you play a
Yeah.
four, it gives you multiplier, but if you play a three, you don't. So just then you can try and build your deck around only having even cards. So that gives you a bunch of multipliers and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So and it becomes crazy after a while. You can have up to five Joker slots,
Yeah.
but there is 150 or so different Jokers. So there's so many things you can do to mix and match, and every playthrough is different.
Let's see. That's kind of cool. That's a good concept. Uh, how how's the story in this game though?
It's not really a
There's
story-based
no
game, I would
story.
say.
It's
It
mainly like a grindy game.
no, yeah, it's kind of just like a arcadey type feel.
Okay.
So it's more like arcade. You're trying to beat it up because if you lose once, you lose and you start over again.
Yeah. Okay. I see. I see.
So
Yeah.
there is no really
There's
like
no real story behind it.
no,
No.
no. It's mostly just arcadey fun.
Yeah.
But like you start with like the first blind ever you go through is just on 300 chips. So you do like a full flush with high, like a royal flush, for example, can maybe give you like 700 chips.
Yeah.
But then you're like going through the antes, going through the blinds, getting there towards the end of the like trying to win, and you can come up to millions in chips
See.
by adding multipliers, adding chips in different ways. Like I've had decks which have been only kings. I have like 30 kings in my deck.
Yeah.
I had a deck recently where I had only nines, and it's really fun. Just trying to mix and match, finding different style jokers to mix and match with, and trying to get these combos is really fun.
Yeah.
And no, it's the soundtrack. It's so chill and cozy.
Is it like, yeah, what type of
No,
vibe does it give?
it's
Does
this.
it,
That's hard to describe, I would say.
it's not like, is it like a game, some ambient sounds or?
No, there is mostly just the. It's kind of like retro arcadey
Oh yeah.
feeling music, which is just slowly building in the in back. Like you slowly just have in the background. It's
Yeah.
really nice, and the sound design in it is so satisfying.
Yeah.
The you have all the like selecting, burning cards, playing cards, getting chips, multiplier, all of that. You just hearing this going and just hearing the text of stuff going and you seeing the number going up on the chips and multiplier, it's so satisfying.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the min maxer dream almost
Yeah.
in my eyes because it just seeing a big number go bigger.
Yeah. It's
it's
it's it's all you want,
it's been
It's
used
not?
in so many games,
Yeah.
right? It is the base of every idle game.
Yeah.
So
So it's a really cozy, like chill game you can play. It's sort of grindy, almost like a TCG.
now I wouldn't say like TCG in that sense. It's more just got like some TCG elements with
Yeah,
like
okay.
randomness and
Yeah.
packs and stuff like that that you like you might like even with knowledge of the game and
Yeah.
knowing about a lot of jokers, sometimes you need to like manage your economy, try and get some jokers that give you extra money and stuff like that, so you can try and get to a good state of money. So you can try and re-roll through the shop and try and find the jokers that you want for your build.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like a race against time. Because for each time you beat the blind, it gets harder and harder. So you need to find the right cards and build your entire deck or the set of jokers so that you can actually manage to win the game.
Yeah.
And then there's also endless mode after. So if you manage to beat Anti 8, the last boss blind, you can also keep going forever.
Oh,
Yeah. And there are people out there as well. I watched some videos of people going for like there is a cap on like the amount of like no like the highest number you can go to the infinite in
yeah.
the game, and some people have some insane builds to come to infinite.
Yeah.
It's so fun to watch.
That sounds pretty cool. Sounds oddly relaxing. You're
It
all like,
is. It's just chill. Sit back, chill, play some poker.
hmm.
But yeah, poker on steroids.
Poker on steroids. That's name of the episode. Poker on steroids. Cool, cool. When you played this now recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a pretty fresh review though.
Yeah, I've was it's mostly like I've been playing a little like here and there all the time.
Yeah.
So it's fresh in my memory. I started with it just on the PC, brought it when I went back home to my parents for Christmas,
Yeah.
chilling there. I had it a little bit with me just on the evenings. And then recently I actually got it on phone as well.
Oh, so it's a phone game as well.
Yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
on pretty much every platform. It's so accessible.
Yeah, is it what's pricing on that? Yeah, like
Like $10.
$10. That's pretty cheap to be
Yeah. No, it's affordable.
yeah,
It's
it's
really
very
good.
affordable.
And I've gotten a couple of my friends into it as well.
Yeah.
They've been enjoying it as well.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
You should. It's really
Yeah.
fun, and the good thing is that you can start a run if you do a full run and you get to like high, like past the boss, like main boss and into endless mode and stuff like that. It might take you like 40 minutes for a full run,
Oh,
40 minutes to an hour for a full run. But if you're actually you can just stop it at any time, just
yeah.
close the game and then keep going from there at any point.
Oh, so it's autosave.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like Fire Emblem, for example.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you pretty much you can just quit out whenever,
Yeah.
and then you just
Restart.
start from wherever you are.
Yeah.
And it's
Start where
really
you left,
nice. And
basically.
that's why I have it on my phone because like oh if I'm on a couple of bus trips or something like that I can
Yeah.
just play it for like 15 minutes and then on the bus trip back and keep going and
Yeah.
it's
Sounds really fun.
and visually it's really good as well. It
Yeah.
looks really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm able to see pictures here.
Yeah.
I'll pop those up for you guys when for the video.
Sorry, audio only.
Yeah, sorry, only. But yeah, it looks visually very good. It looks clean. It looks really simplistic, but
Yeah. And
like
one thing I haven't even mentioned is that there's different type of decks that you can
oh,
start with that give you like different type of benefits. Like one deck doesn't have any face cards. There's no queens, kings, queens, jacks.
all right.
So you only have ace through 10.
How is that play with? If you like, is there?
Like it's a different challenge for each
Yeah,
deck. Just like in that part, if you get a joker that buffs face cards, it's useless to you.
yeah,
So it's like no reason to pick it. But then you might have things that's like, oh, if you don't play a face card, you get a bonus and stuff like that.
yeah,
So because there is this, I don't remember the name of the card, but there is this card that says like, for each hand you play
yeah,
without a face card in it, it gets more multiplier.
yeah,
So it's like, oh, I play one and it goes up by one. And then the next hand it goes up to two. And then it just keeps going. And you can keep growing this much easier with a deck without face cards because you're
yeah,
not relying on face cards at all. And then you have like the checker deck, I find fun. Because you start with all the clubs converted to spades. So you have 26 spades. And
yeah.
all the diamonds are converted to hearts. So you have 26 hearts. So you have a 50-50 split of hearts and spades in the deck.
And, and to win with this deck, you just gotta
That makes it easier because there are jokers that like boost luck, for
yeah,
example. So you play five of the same kind.
yeah,
So since you then have stuff with flush
yeah,
in it, you can play those cards easier because it's easier to try and find four hearts
yeah.
or like for the four hearts you're missing when there is no clubs or diamonds in the every card you pull is a
Absolutely.
50-50
Yeah,
instead of a 125.
it's really diverse in
Yeah,
like what type of game, like play style you want to have.
yeah,
It seems like
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
that's very cool. Uh, so we mentioned this game was quite popular last year.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think it's gotten like like it was like slowly growing
yeah,
throughout the year last year. I think it got even bigger
yeah,
after Game Awards. I think it got a little bit extra
yeah,
recognition
because
after the Game Awards.
yeah, because I hadn't heard about it.
No.
Like maybe someone mentioned it, but not a
I
game I'd heard about before.
I got some ads about it, and I got some videos recommended to me as well about the game.
Yeah,
And but now I've seen a lot of people playing it recently, like a lot of YouTubers playing it.
yeah,
Streamers as well. So that's been a lot of fun.
sounds cool.
That said, I've been watching a lot of this one particular streamer, Raffle Light. It, really good Balatro player.
Like is like
Yeah, no,
competitively really good.
yeah, no.
Yeah,
He just makes everything work well.
yeah, because this is not online. This is
No, no,
just
yeah, just single player.
yeah, just single player.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there is a mod actually. where you can play it in a 1v1 battle.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a mod for it.
How does how does that work?
So basically, every time you come to a boss blind, so you have you have the regular blinds you have as well, but every time you come to a boss blind, you're not fighting a boss blind. You're fighting the other player. So it's about getting the highest score,
Ah, I
and
see.
then you lose a life. So if you lose that, you lose a life,
I
and
see.
then it's about trying to beat out the other player and always being ahead.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah. It took me a while before I even won my first game because it took a while to understand the game.
Yeah, because how long does it take to yeah, like you say, understand the game and get into the game?
That depends, really. That really depends.
Yeah.
Because I would say it's for I've seen some players that like, oh, first time playing it, and they kind of just either luck out or just get a good build going straight away. For me,
Yeah.
it took a while to get a good build.
Yeah.
It took a while for me to actually get off to a good start, and I think it took me good 20 or so tries before I even beat my first round.
Yeah.
Um, and even then, I can't say that I really understood the game properly because there's so much difference there, and there's so many things to think about. Like when you both have to think about what type of jokers do I have? How does my deck look? Do I need to change it? Do I need to remove cards, add cards, change them into different type of boosts? And then you have the economy part as well that you need to like balance your economy, try and pick up some power ups and stuff like that that you get in the store. So it's like there's a lot behind it,
Yeah.
and it takes a while to get into.
Yeah, I can imagine. It sounded more complicated than it probably is.
Yeah.
But I'm a poorly structured gamer. So I use a lot of time to like get into the things, but from what I understood, it seemed like it's okay to get into, but it will take some tries, like
Yeah, yeah,
some
yeah,
fail in
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Sometimes,
It has a decent
yeah,
tutorial.
yeah,
It has a decent tutorial telling you about most of the things. It doesn't
always,
like give you like the good strategies and stuff like that that you need to figure out yourself. But
yeah,
it pretty much just walks you through all the mechanics and stuff like that. So it gives you a good basis to work on.
yeah. A thing that I've learned as I've grown up, I cannot anymore skip tutorials. I need the tutorials now because I'm like I'm like I'm this I'm this like let's say monkey brain kind of guy when I play the game. I was like, no, 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 skip all dialogue, just go straight into the action, get it done. I want to be in like this euphoric feeling right away
Yeah.
in the game, and I always skip the what's it called?
Intro tutorial.
Yeah, the intro tutorial things.
But the thing is though that
Always bites me in the ass.
yeah, no, but the thing is though that I would say it's based on just good game design. Because good game design makes you do the tutorial,
Yeah,
but it makes you do the tutorial without you pretty much noticing.
yeah.
You're not even you're mostly not thinking about it being a tutorial.
Yeah, if it's like press the A button for doing this,
Yeah.
like it's so
Like it
tedious.
shouldn't stop you, it shouldn't limit you if you're
No.
figuring it out beforehand before you even get to that. Just let the player go.
Yeah.
Make like don't stop them, freeze the screen. Oh, press this button.
Yeah.
Just have it visual on the
And
screen
yeah.
when it's like where you expect them to be using it, and then just let them figure it out.
Yeah, I like subtle hints like you get when say like there's a don't need to stop the screen, but like keep everything going, but have like a blinking like let's say you're supposed to press A.
Yeah.
Have like a A button in the far corner of
Yeah.
things and
But
uh,
then you have the games like Black Myth Wukong, which
yeah.
it just throws you straight into a boss fight. Just figure it out.
Uh, but that's a really rough game to go.
Yeah, true.
As a Souls-like game.
Yeah, usually people will actually have some experience from that franchise or like type of style game is the people that end up playing it.
Yeah,
But I feel bad for the people that come into it blind.
yeah.
So, um, one thing I wanted to talk about: have you looked anything at the lineups for the Valorant Champions Tour now coming up? Masters Bangkok.
I have not.
Then you're gonna probably be happily surprised.
Oh,
Yeah. Um, I'm sad. Fnatic, my team, went out qualifiers.
yeah,
Um, had a little bit of a rough time in qualifiers.
yeah,
Uh, EMEA though,
yeah,
Liquid,
yeah,
I'm super impressed though.
yeah,
New Liquid now has been really showing up
yeah.
and being like doing good. They're just not afraid. They just win.
Team Liquid? I
Yeah.
don't really feel like they have had such a big impact like the
No.
past
No.
years.
And that's why I'm impressed now. Oh, not that. That's why I'm impressed now
Yeah.
because suddenly they just show up and they
Huh.
beat shit.
Liquid out of all teams. That's kind of unexpected for me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But my boy Durka is also doing good on Vitality.
It
Uh,
is.
yeah,
Yeah.
Vitality took the win for EMEA,
Yeah.
or Liquid second place. So that's the two EMEA ones going through.
Yeah.
Um, from we also have EDG and Trace going through.
Yeah. Trees.
Yeah, Trace Esports. They've been to a couple of majors.
Yeah.
At least been qualifying some of the top candidates
Yeah.
qualifying there. Then we have DRX,
Yeah.
which I'm happy about.
DRX is the dream
Standard,
team. Yeah.
standard. And then we have T1.
He won.
Yeah,
That I'm actually really stoked about
yeah.
because um I do still root for T1
Mm,
even in Valorant. I know I said G2, but T1 also has a
mm, mm.
special place in my heart. I've just been following the whole T1
Yeah.
squad for many, many years. So that's cool. I'm looking forward to
Now we go to Americas.
oh uh,
Sentinels.
Sentinels
Sentinels are going
without
through.
tens.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're actually doing decent.
Yeah.
I haven't looked much on both the China Pacific
Yeah.
and America games. I've mostly been watching the EU games,
Yeah.
EMEA games. It's been easier for me to track, mostly because of time schedule and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I need to go back and watch a couple of vlogs. I
Yeah.
want to watch a little bit there.
I've been moving lately, so I've been moving between two cities. So I haven't really had the time
Yeah,
to watch that much anything. To be honest, I haven't had much time to play games. I haven't had much time to watch anime or that type of stuff. So yeah, looking forward to starting getting into that.
so, lastly, as well, I think
Yeah.
you're going to be happy with the last team coming out of Americas.
Oh,
G2.
G2.
Yeah,
I get G2 and T1. Oh,
this is your
I
tournament.
have to. It's my
This is your tournament, not mine.
yeah. Fnatic is out of it, and I get both T1 and G2.
Yeah.
I'm on a field day now.
I have my DRX though. I have my
Yeah,
DRX.
yeah, DRX is good as well. Uh, the Korean teams are always. Korea is such a strong esports
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
country.
Mm,
Like South Korea is incredibly strong.
yeah. And then again, I also have Durka. Durka's still in the
Yeah,
game. He is on Vitality, so he's still in the tournament.
yeah.
So I have somebody to root for. Uh, good.
Yo, I wonder what made him leave Fnatic.
Yeah, there's probably a lot of things behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Alpha Years has been picking up the a lot of duelist mantle lately.
Oh,
But they also have Kayak coming in to play. So
yeah. Because who was the what's his name? Was this rookie?
Leo,
Yeah,
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 Leo,
Leo.
yeah, Leo was just temp.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was just temporary. So he's not on the team anymore.
yeah,
So because he left at the end of the season.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So and he got picked up. I don't remember. Oh, it was what team was it that picked him up? Ooh, no, I don't remember. I'll figure out the next time.
Yeah,
I'll figure out. I'll
that's
figure out
important.
later. So, but I am very stoked to see what happens. I have a little bit of button of vitality,
Yeah,
but I think I have a little bit of button of vitality doing good and going far. I have a hope that DRX are going to go far,
yeah.
but I don't think we should count out Liquid with how their performance so far.
If they have a if they have had a great performance so far, they're not to be counted out. Like
No.
I'm hoping for like a really good T1
Mm,
roster this year. Uh, so I'll be stoked to watch those. And I'm probably going to root mostly for T1, also for some G2. Like I think G2 did okay last year, like in Champions.
mm,
Um, not too well, but like did okay.
mm.
Yeah.
Liquid also beat out the Heretics,
Yeah.
which was doing has been doing well last season.
Yeah. Heretics was pretty
The
insane last season.
Yeah, eternal second place though, but still.
Yeah.
They then again, Heretics wasn't really they weren't really looking like themselves. Uh, it was gone. They were fumbling a little bit and stuff like that when I'm watching the Liquid Heretics game.
Yeah.
They were fumbling a bit and there was struggles.
Maybe they're not up to form.
Yeah, but then again, Liquid looked like they were really in form.
Yeah.
Well, they won 13-4, 13-4 in the first two games and a best of five.
Team Liquid is basically where Sentinels was last year.
Yeah, I think they won 13-4, 13-4, and then 13-6 or something
Jesus.
against Heretics. So they really knocked them out of the water.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's hefty.
Yeah, no, it's impressive.
Yeah.
So moving on a little bit.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
it's kind of getting old news now since it's been a little bit, but we haven't really talked about it. So I just wanted to bring up the announcement of the Switch 2.
yeah. It's.
And though we don't know a lot right now,
Yeah.
we don't know much about games. I haven't really been looking into how much about. I don't think there is much about the actual specs of it as yet.
Not a lot about the specs.
But early April there will be a Switch Direct.
Second of April
Yeah,
2nd should be a Nintendo Direct,
yeah.
which will.
No, it is a Switch Direct.
Is it Switch
Yeah,
Direct?
yeah.
Okay.
They're saying that it's specifically a direct about the Switch too.
Oh, well, that's
So,
interesting.
but I've heard rumors. I don't think it's anything confirmed, but I've heard rumors about like people talking about there some people in the industry saying that there might be a Pokemon game coming with it on release.
Yeah, there is a Pokemon game planned for this year,
Yeah,
which I have slight spoilers for. If I have a for my what I'm looking forward to in 2025, there is this Pokemon game, but it's follow up for the Legends of Arceus.
yeah, yeah.
Arceus.
The Legends XY.
Yeah, Legends XY. I think that's probably the game that's going to follow the Switch release. And if that's the case, I'm getting myself a Pokemon Switch.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. I don't know if I will pick up the Switch to right off the bat. I think it's really gonna depend on
The actual specs.
the actual specs of it,
Yeah,
but also on if there are gonna be any exclusive releases to Switch 2 that I
yeah,
would like to play. Because I might have to wait for there to be a like at least one, two, or three games that I want to play on it before I even buy it.
I think the Switch 2 is probably gonna have backwards compatibility with Switch
Yeah,
games.
yeah, yeah. But
So you
I already
can,
have a Switch,
yeah,
so there's no reason for me to buy a Switch 2 to play the games that I already have on my Switch 1.
yeah. To me, it's just like about performance. I want to switch
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
performance because 30 FPS is not it.
No,
It's not it. I want the 60 FPS on Switch. I
I,
hope they can get it. I don't know if they do.
I'm hoping they make it a little bit bulkier,
Yeah,
mostly for their own game's sake.
yeah,
Because that means that they can expand a little bit upon their own Nintendo titles. That
yeah,
they can actually increase some of the textures. You don't need to have like these really background renderings, like looking at like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet,
yeah.
like
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
where the actual
There was a big issue with Pokemon
yeah.
Scarlet and Violet, which kind of made me. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Switch 2 and hoping it can fix all of those
Hmm.
problems we had in specifically that game, but also in other games.
I had an interesting question.
Yeah.
If you have any game that you're looking forward to, or like game that you hope they would make,
Hmm.
what game would you hope that they use as like the release game? Because there's usually
Um,
always a game on the
yeah.
release that's like, oh, you can buy it with this game kind of thing.
I'm really hoping for Pokemon. Um, Basically because that's the game that interests me. I'm not too interested in Mario.
Mm,
That's uh, probably a hot take.
mm,
But Mario games are not really something I played a lot
mm.
as a kid. So I don't really need a third Mario Kart game. Like
No,
Mario Kart game, I
yeah,
don't really need it.
Mario Kart, I'm not a big fan of. Like I've played it a bunch, but
Yeah,
I've gotten a little bit tired of it.
yeah, me too.
When Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Odyssey came with the Switch,
Yeah,
it's such a good game. Super Mario
yeah,
Odyssey is such a good game. Uh, and it's kind of my type of game as well when it comes to Mario. I'm not a big fan of the side scroller platformers,
yeah.
but I'm a big fan of Mario 64, Mario Galaxy,
Hmm.
the open 3D Marios. I'm a big fan of. So Odyssey was really hitting bang for me.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm probably guessing it's gonna be a Mario game,
Mm.
or it's gonna be two types of games. So I think it's
Yeah,
a
because
likelihood that it's gonna be Pokemon, I guess, on release or Mario. Zelda just had two really close releases to each other.
yeah,
So they had Legend of Zelda
Tears of the Kingdom
Tears of the Kingdom, and
and
then
Echoes of Wisdom.
yeah, Ghost of Wisdom.
No,
So I'm not expecting a lot of
no.
Zelda in the near future. So, but I could also see Tears of the Kingdom being included
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
in the release. Actually,
Yeah, I think they're probably going to release like some of the newer Switch games.
yeah,
The recent year and a half, maybe some of the newer ones for the Switch too.
yeah,
So, but one big question is that are they going to need to? Because are they going to add the tech of backwards compatibility with
yeah.
game cartridges?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, because that's the thing. If
But
they do that, then there's no reason to buy it over again. You just plug in the pop in your old cartridge and you just play it.
yeah, that's exactly it, and that's why I want the Switch too, because it's backwards
Yeah.
compatible with the
For
cartridges.
you, it's perfect then.
Cartridges.
Not
Yeah,
having a Switch, just buying a
because
Switch 2 straight away and just skipping a step.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's also why I probably will buy it on release.
Mm,
Given I have the funds to do so. Because I really do want the new Switch.
mm,
I don't have PlayStation 5,
mm.
which I probably gonna have to invest in at some point, or the PlayStation 6 whenever that comes out. Um, because I do want PlayStation consoles as well. But the Switch, I want just because there's so many limited games you can play. You don't get to play Nintendo games on any other consoles. So that's why it's
There's so
important to
many
me.
exclusives on
Yeah,
Nintendo.
Nintendo is basically exclusive
Yeah. And
here.
also, like
Yeah,
for all Pokemon releases coming up,
yeah,
everything's gonna be on Switch.
yep,
They're like
There is no
DS is dead, so
the old Fire Emblem games are on the Switch as well, which is at least one of them at the moment.
mm, I will say that I'm gonna be hoping for a new Fire Emblem game
Yeah, me too.
on that direct
Yeah, I'm also hoping for a new Fire Emblem game
because I'm
because it's
get
a long time since we got the last one. I think.
Engage was the last one.
Yeah, Engage
Yeah,
and
that's a couple of years ago.
yeah, I think it's 2022.
Maybe. Yeah,
I think it's a long.
it's been a couple of
I
years.
bought it last summer, and then it was already kind of like there was almost no stores
Mm,
that had it.
No, it's been out for a couple of years
Yeah.
at least, but I don't know.
Uh,
I kind of want them to go a little bit back to the Three Houses style.
yeah. No, I do not.
No,
I like
I
the
really enjoyed Three Houses style.
I like the style of I like the good old Fire Emblem.
Yeah, no,
No,
because
I like Engage. I think Engage did it pretty well.
yeah, no, I enjoyed Engage. The big thing for me is that I Engage is not as like stuck in my memory. I don't remember it as well.
Yeah,
So I'm like struggling with remembering what was in that game and not. But I really enjoyed the possibility of building your team how you wanted
yeah,
back in Three Houses.
mm,
Because you could have pretty much anybody become any class,
yeah.
just how you wanted. And that means that you're pretty much just building the team that you want
Yeah, I think that's
out of it.
kind of almost too boring to me because I want the limitations. I want some limitations to
Sure,
my
sure, but it's the same limitations as you get in the say that like in the normal Fire Emblem game as well, because you get to access those characters at the same type of point anyway.
yeah,
So it's still limiting you based on items and stuff like that to be able to level them up, and
yeah, that's
that in
true.
the same way,
That's
right?
true.
It's
But
just that if you want these two characters to switch roles, you can do it.
yeah, and I get the point of that. Also, I'm old school.
Hmm.
It's probably because I'm just old school and I like the
Yeah.
uh, I grew up with like we both grew up with the old school Fire Emblem games. Um, that's kind of what I like about it. I think
Hmm.
like it's this turn-based strategy game. Also, Three Houses had I haven't actually played a whole lot of Three Houses, but I think it had way too much like uh, kind of love story, but like too much silly things. I want more strategy and fighting, and I want the
Hmm.
planning things. I don't necessarily want all of the more story related
Hmm.
things in Fire Emblem. That's not what I'm looking for when I'm playing a Fire Emblem. I'm looking for
Well,
strategy.
I guess that what differentiates it for me.
Yeah,
I enjoy the story and I'm
yeah,
trying to like set myself into the story. I enjoy the relationships
yeah,
being built with the different characters and stuff like that. And then it's the reason I play like
yeah,
Metaphor and Persona as well as stuff like that. You have these different characters that you're like building a bond to,
yeah.
and it's really fun
Um,
doing that in my opinion.
and I get that. Like, I get how and what I can be. It just isn't quite what I'm looking for.
No,
I'm
no,
playing
no.
Fire Emblem, but I really see how it's like Fire Emblem Three Houses did something new and creative that way, and I think that's good to have that thing in the franchise.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm looking more forward to like more an engaged type of game. I think we're probably gonna get some more Three Houses type of stuff this time.
I'm not sure. Like they went a little bit away from it again with Engage,
Yeah,
so we'll see. But I think they're still going to be stuck in with like keeping that socialization part because that's a thing that like a lot of JRPGs and stuff like that do like bonding with your team and stuff like that is still going to be in there I think.
yeah,
But how deep it goes, not sure.
mm,
So we'll see.
yeah.
I'm looking forward to the direct, seeing what it's going to be like, what they're gonna
Yeah, me too.
release and show there.
I'm very much looking forward to that. Also, I hope it releases. Probably won't. I
Hmm.
hope it has a release date on summer, uh, early August.
That's the big thing that I feel with Nintendo usually with release date that they usually don't show anything.
Yeah,
until their very late stage development.
Yeah.
So it's like taking some like Mario games and stuff like that. They don't show anything about that until it's like, oh yeah, we're releasing 3 months.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
Which I really enjoy with Nintendo because you
Yeah,
don't
me
get
too.
your hype up. You're not sitting there for 3 years, 4 years waiting for a game that you never get any
Yeah.
info about.
There.
Like take Sky, like Elder Scrolls,
Yeah.
GTA,
Cyberpunk?
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk used like
For
3 years
for me now, it's
or
also
something.
with Dragon Quest
Yeah.
12. I'm still waiting for any info on Dragon Quest 12 because I really want it. But
And that kind of keep like I really like the marketing strategy Nintendo does because they hype it up and you get it while you're still hyped for it.
yeah,
Because
it's not
that's
like
the
you lose your hype
yeah,
train.
I lose the hype train so fast like,
Yeah.
when it comes to games. Like I lose my interest so fast.
For me, it really depends because I can I can lose my hype train, but then regain my hype
Yeah.
really fast if it's in like a good discussion
Yeah.
about it or something like that. I'm back on the hype.
Yeah, yeah, that's possible for me as well, like to get the hype back, but it's much harder for me to get a hype back than
Mm,
it's to just have the hype and just play the game and actually enjoy the game.
mm.
Uh, because then I really want to play it if I still have the hype. If I don't have the hype, I'm like use like a year. I buy it and
Yeah,
play it in a year or so.
yeah. Since we're already on that kind of train of releases and stuff like that, let's
Yeah,
go into Sony State of Play.
yeah, that was quite recent.
Yep. I have made notes on pretty much every game they released, I think.
Yeah,
Mostly just to remember what they showed and giving myself just a little bit, what was it? Um, you've already talked about the Digimon game.
yeah.
I did like the look of it. I kind of got like a Persona type feel almost
I
of the
yeah,
actual art.
yeah,
The art style was kind of Persona kind of feel, and I was kind of wondering what the fuck was going on in the start. Like,
yeah.
wait, is this a Persona game?
Oh, this is such a cool story because I watched this with a group of friends
Mm,
back where I moved. And we had this at my new place. We had a watch together on this set of play. And as this trailer goes on, I'm like, is it Persona? Is it what is this? Is it some kind of JRPG? I'm sure. Is it Digimon? I say like out loud. And then just like a millisecond afterwards, Digimon
mm.
comes from the, and I'm like, I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah,
I was,
because it's like, what is this twist on Persona? Because it was like so many things that I was like wondering, like, what
yeah.
is this? And like, I wanted it to be a Persona game, but it's like this doesn't look directly like 100% like a Persona game.
It was like kind of, yeah. I wouldn't, I think I said that as well. Like, can't be Persona because the quality is not good. Like,
As
I do not think that the Digimon trailer they showed now is up to standards for a Persona game.
no, I agree. That
Uh,
was also the kind of thing that like for me is like, oh, is this an actual showing of a Persona 6 or
yeah,
is this a new IP like metaphor type IP? And one for me, one I think it would be too early
yeah,
talking about how metaphor is so fresh
yeah.
as it is, but also like it's like it doesn't really like look that great. Specifically, if this is a Persona game, it didn't look bad. It looked decent. Like
Yeah.
it looks fine, but for Persona, like straight up, as like that's not the quality I'm expecting.
No.
Because
No.
Atlas has such a high standard of quality for the games.
Yeah.
So,
I'm excited about the Digimon game, but it took me some time to actually.
hmm,
Also, I wasn't prepared to get it because it's as well as I was prepared for a Digimon game because it's been a long time since we got the last Digimon game.
hmm.
And this is probably going to be more of a like Cyber Sleuth, Digimon Cyber Sleuth.
I
Yeah,
have not seen that.
it's a long. That's the last Digimon game back in. I think that was Cyber Sleuth.
Mm.
Um, yeah, that or Digimon Survive.
Yeah, I never really got much into the Digimon hype train as a kid either,
Yeah,
so I had struggles with them. Um, some other games, Shinobi.
yeah.
I really enjoyed the art in that one. I
Yeah, me
don't
too.
know, like I'm not a big fan of the side-scrolling ones, so I'm not sure if that's gonna be my type. Yeah, I might be remembering wrong, but I remember it being like this cool art style, but side-scrolling like
Yeah,
ninja game. And then yeah, so
kind of
I'm
like platformer.
yeah, like
Um,
it's like
what's it called?
Slovenia-esque,
Yeah,
and it's like not my type of game. I'm not a big
no,
fan. I said about the Mario games as
yeah,
well. I'm not a big fan of side platformers, like 2D platformers.
yeah.
It's not my style.
I kind of like that. So I'm actually stoked about
Mm,
this. This is actually maybe if they released on Steam, I might actually get it.
mm. And
Um,
then there was the Sonic Racing Crossworlds.
yeah, that's
I actually really enjoyed the aesthetics of it.
okay.
Yeah, I thought it was cool with like the switching, like for like a racing Mario Kart type game
Yeah,
to be like switching in between worlds as you're driving and stuff like that. I really enjoyed the look of the portals and stuff like that, how it looked
yeah,
when we were traveling. Like, yes, there are some parts that I'm not saying it's top-notch graphics, but it looked interesting
yeah.
and
It looked
enjoyable.
interesting for sure.
It's like, and when you're driving fast through it, you don't notice details anyway,
Yeah,
so it doesn't need to be super detailed to look good.
yeah, that's true. It doesn't really need to be great to be good, as you
No,
say. But I don't really think it's a game I'm gonna invest in.
I don't think I'm gonna buy it. I'm just saying that it looks
It
decent.
looks decent and interesting. It does. But it was kind of very similar to Mario Kart, like extremely similar, like
Mm,
almost like they just switched up the cars and characters and just went with it. I feel
mm,
like, but I did also like the nostalgic feel I got
mm.
from it. The rings. I remember this old Sonic game
Yeah.
we used to have, um, which was yeah,
Adventures?
yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
Adventures. Yeah, I think we used to play it because me and my older brother, we used to have it.
Mm.
I think we used to play it at our house.
Yeah.
We were younger. Um, Split Fiction.
Split Fiction is
Yeah,
definitely a thing I'm looking forward to.
yeah,
It looks so good. Got a little bit more view now. I got a little bit more taste of different things now,
yeah.
and I think it's going to be a really good game.
Split Fiction is probably my most. I'm looking very forward, almost more than Digimon and Pokemon.
Yeah, it is definitely like my top three. Like I'm looking forward to this year.
Yeah.
Definitively.
So
I will look at Lost Soul aside.
yeah,
It was this Devil May Cry
yeah,
esque. It looked really cool. Uh, I'm not 100% sold on it yet, but it looked really cool.
yeah,
I
yeah.
lot, I lot, I
That's
love the
the
vibe they gave me.
yeah. That vibe gave me Devil May Cry and Final Fantasy.
Yeah, yeah,
Gave me a lot of those vibes.
yeah. Yeah.
Also, Ties of Annihilation also gave me similar vibes, but
It
clean.
never seen it before, never heard about it,
Yeah,
and it straight up entered my top three
yeah. That looks so cool.
most anticipated. It
Yeah.
looked so much fun.
So that's probably a game I'm actually gonna buy and play a lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think so as
This
well.
year. And I don't really get hooked on games, but that game looked so good.
Mm,
Like it looked clean, it looked action packed.
mm.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Yakuza?
The Yakuza, yeah,
Like a dragon
like
pirate,
yeah,
pirate Yakuza?
that was fun. That was fun. I
Yeah,
haven't played the Yakuza games, but I think that was fun. I think that was a really cool, cool thing.
I have played Like a Dragon. First Like a Dragon. Almost all the way through, I think. So I played it and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
At some point, I got stuck in a business simulator. I was pretty much just I owned this little old lady of this cookie shop,
Yeah.
and then I started like came in and just started helping as a manager, and then I took over, and then I started to build my cookie empire into like becoming this huge CEO, multi corporation guy. And this is still the guy that lives on the street. Is like same guy,
Yeah.
but he now owns this worldwide multi corporation, like multi-million dollar corporation.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. It just doesn't. It's one of the mini games you do in Yakuza
Yeah.
because there's a bunch of these mini games. It is really fun. One of your employees is a chicken.
Understandable. Seems legit. Legit business. We only do legit business here, no chicken business.
So that's really fun.
Also, Onimusha, Way of the
I
Sword.
was about to say, yeah,
Yeah,
Onimusha, new Onimusha game
based
looks really good.
on Miyamoto,
Musashi Miyamoto.
Musashi Miyamoto,
Yeah,
I'm
Musashi
sorry,
Miyamoto.
which is probably one of the most well-known samurai. So I'm really stoked about that. I have read, I'm currently reading Vagabond,
Vagabond, yeah.
yeah, which is also based on Musashi Miyamoto's
Yeah.
life. So that's I'm really looking forward to that. That looked more like a kind of a joke, like a not too serious game. Like I
I
was
think it's
reading.
going to be fairly serious just with some jokes thrown in.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. I don't have any experience with the Onimusha series, so
Yeah,
I can't really say much, but
I,
it looked really good.
I'm not. I'm not counting on it being
Because
yeah
it
like
was mostly like
Musashi Miyamoto.
no, no, no. But it was mostly just a one joke in the
Yeah,
end.
yeah, that's true.
Like for the trailer, it was mostly just that. But I knew about it already because they showed a little bit
Yeah,
about it on Game Awards.
they did.
But the newer look as well now,
Yeah,
it looked really good.
it did.
So I'm really looking forward to that. Also, new Metal Gear Solid.
Is it no? Is it new? It's a remake,
Is
isn't
there
it?
a remake? I
I think
don't
it's
know.
a remake from the third
I'm
one.
I'm not that familiar with it, but I just thought the game looked really good.
Yeah, I think it's a. I think I'm not gonna.
Also, a game that I thought had really cool stylized art.
Yeah,
The Midnight Walk.
the Midnight Walk.
Yeah, it was the clay
Yeah, yeah,
animation,
yeah.
the co-op horror game.
Yeah, that was that
They
The
describe.
Danish one?
I don't remember.
Uh,
They described it as like this horror, like co-op
yeah,
horror game,
with
like
its faces
cozy horror game.
coming.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It-
Osi? No, I
no,
don't
no,
know.
they did actually describe it as
Yeah,
a
they did,
cozy horror
but
game.
it did not look cozy at
No,
all.
no, but it did look kind of like Tim Burton-esque,
Yeah, it did.
and I really love the style there.
Uh, yeah, a lot of uh, people I watched this were friends there. Well, everyone was really stoked about this. Everyone just as freaked out about the faces, and yeah,
I,
looked kind of cool. Like, oh, what's it called? Have you seen a video of this guy who makes a costume of like some kind of creature with like a long mouth,
not sure.
like thin legs? He makes like a gigantic costume. I'll
I'm not sure.
put it out on a video if I remember to.
Yeah,
Yeah. So the listeners slash watchers are able to
yeah.
see what I mean. But yeah, it gave me those kind of vibes.
And then a game I just want your opinion on Dreams of Another.
Yeah, that was the
Like what the
that
fuck?
looked so cool. I
It
think
looked
that looked
like an acid trip with
yeah.
guns. That
Uh
is literally my notes.
there is a
Acid trip with guns.
yeah, there's a game that released in I think 2012 or 13. Which it reminded me of. It's a game where you just follow this light. Uh in like a city that's just abandoned by all humans, and you see like ghosts of humans. Can I say like I don't remember. I have it on my Steam account.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it really did remind me of that type of game, and it looks like a game I'm gonna enjoy and just play through and just
Mm.
I'm gonna dim the light. I'm gonna put on some scented candles. I'm gonna chill, and this is like a or play it on a hot summer day. This is it looked really cool.
I think I'm Other than that, I think I'm out of games that I found like interesting, like
Yeah,
that was like my type of things. There was a different like a couple of other like Splitgate 2, not my thing.
yeah,
Yeah, the Days Gone remastered.
not really too interesting. Days
Some
Gone.
zombie games are not really my thing either. Um, and then you had the last one, the Sorrows.
Yeah, Lazarus.
No, the Sorrows.
Sorrows. Yeah, yeah.
The last one they
That looked
showed.
insanely good.
It did, but it's still just like the actual like teaser trailer for it.
Yeah,
It's just like a cinematic.
gave me kind of Death Stranding vibes.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I
it's
have no idea what this is. Is it gonna be like this kind of like Doom style
maybe.
shoot like action shooter? I don't know. I have no idea what it's gonna be.
Yeah, no, I'm not too sure either.
I'm
What's gonna
looking
be?
forward to see them show more about it
Yeah,
to actually give me any like see if I have any interest in playing it at all because that's really not my type of game like the Doom thing.
yeah,
But it might be different, which might interest me. I have no idea yet.
yeah. Uh,
I don't know your take on Borderlands 4 either.
I'm not too familiar with the Borderlands series. There is another game I'm looking forward to playing, but it just released.
Hmm.
So it's very new. It's a Norwegian company that released a new game
Okay.
called Rock Pocket.
I have not heard about that.
Rock Pocket released this game uh, in 21st of January. It's called Somber Echoes. Shameless plug. I have a friend who works at this company,
Yeah, yeah.
which you also know. Uh, so they just released their brand new game, and for him it was his first game, and it looks pretty clean. It's
Hmm.
about like Greek mythology-ish. So I've but it's a Metrovania platform. Like
Hmm.
it's not really your type of game
No.
in that sense, but I'm looking very forward to playing
Hmm.
it. So yeah, and it's a Norwegian game, which is kind of cool. So yeah, throwing out some plugs for the Norwegian games industry.
There are some other games as well that I think something like more Game Awards kind of showing type games that I'm
Yeah,
like looking forward to. I Civ 7 just released, and
has it
I
released already?
yes, a
Oh,
couple of days ago. Um, and I am not 100% sure. I've been really hyped for the game for a
yeah,
big while, but on release, day after release or something,
yeah,
because they had like this early access period, like you could get into the game a couple days early.
yeah,
So like a day or two after release, I went in and looked at some reviews of it.
yeah,
It's getting mixed reviews on Steam.
yeah. It has
It's
gotten
like
a lot of
barely
reviews.
50% or something. And I'm probably gonna give it a try, mostly just get my own opinion on it.
Hmm.
But a lot of the things that I read about in the reviews are things that I'm not a big fan of. Like there's no space age. It's not like a space race that you're actually working towards.
Yeah,
Because that was kind of the big thing that you're working towards being the first one in space, right?
yeah.
First one to launch the Apollo program or whatever, right? I've played Civ 5 a lot, played a little bit of Civ 6. I didn't find it as fun.
Civ 6 never quite hit me. It's mostly to do with the graphics. Like I
Mm.
do like Civ 5's graphics a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
It just fits me very perfectly.
Civ 7 graphic wise looks stunning.
Yeah,
It
looks
looks
very good.
great. Soundtracks and stuff like that, they always nail that.
Yeah.
The orchestral epic music,
Yeah.
it's usually always a banger for me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There is a bunch of like the game mechanics wise, and I think that they are gonna change based on review, like what people are reviewing,
Yeah.
since there's so many that are like disliking some of the features, missing some features and stuff like that. Because like I believe there is no great people, so you don't have like the great persons, so you
Yeah.
can work towards and get that gives you like boost in like war or science or merchants or whatever, right?
Is there wonders in this game?
Yes, but the problem is that there is the ages,
Hmm.
which you usually just have like when you get to a certain tech in the tech tree or in the civics tree or whatever, you get to this age.
Yeah.
Problem with what I've seen so far is that when you get to a new age, you can't do and research anything from the previous age.
Yeah.
And you can't make wonders from the previous age either.
Yeah.
So you're like, as soon as somebody moves into that age,
Hmm.
you're locked out of all the things that were in the previous age,
Okay, I see.
which makes it like, it's, I kind of like, and then there is no like endless turns.
Yeah.
At some points, you just come to the last turn and you're just done. You can't have like the endless where you're just actually battling to get these victory conditions. When I played Civ 5, I always turned up the turn win
Yeah.
because I think it's more fun to actually and rewarding to get through like a science victory,
Yeah. Yeah.
diplomatic victory, or whatever, religion victory,
Those types
whatever,
of
right?
victories are more fun.
They are,
It takes a lot of time, but they're more fun.
yeah, because here it just looks like, oh, you just need to get to like the end of this and it's done, right?
Yeah.
I do find the new mechanic they're adding in with Crisis as a really cool thing. That if you don't hit this certain, I'm not sure 100% sure how it works. I've just seen the Crisis menu mostly, but you have to pick these. You have to pick civics at some point
Yeah.
that like are negatively impacting you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you lose this, or you lose this and lose this, or like, oh, minus gold, minus science, enemy spawn and try and attack you, stuff like that. I did see this short video where this guy had chosen. I didn't see the civic in specific, but there was like these barbarian uprising camps that spawned next to him,
Yeah.
and suddenly he was flooded with barbarians, and they took over his capital. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like seems kind of fun
It does.
because it's like you need to pick your poison.
Yeah. Uh, it looks exciting, but it's sort of expensive, I feel like.
Yeah, that is the main thing that with the price on it,
Mm.
spending that much money and getting a game that I'm not sure I'm gonna enjoy is the big problem for me.
Yeah, me too. Like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna enjoy it to the extent I've enjoyed five.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, I
just
don't.
how time consuming it is to like get into it.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, I'm probably gonna wait for a sale
Yeah,
on that one.
another game though that is releasing in not that long that I'm really excited for. Monster Hunter Wilds
Oh,
looks so good. It
yeah,
looks so good.
yeah. I'm not familiar with the Monster Hunter franchise, but
I
heard it's very good.
I have I s- I like I'm fairly late. I started with Monster Hunter World, and I've played Rise as well.
Yeah.
But it's really fun. It's more like you have these short missions you go on and you hunt the monster, and then you get the materials, you upgrade your stuff,
Yeah.
like these short missions. But there's also like the story, ongoing story. Like at least in, I like the world, Monster of the World story better than Rise. I felt Rise was kind of lacking, story wise, but the World one was really fun because it was pretty much this giant ass, pretty much kaiju size
Yeah.
monster that was like walking through the sea on a straight path. It knows where it's going, and like you're trying to figure out what is it doing, how is why is where is it going, how like it's just gonna walk through everything, like Godzilla style,
Yeah.
just walk over and break its way through. So, and then you're trying to stop it at some point, trying to like get it to stop and not break through. You're building these massive walls to try and shooting ballistas with like hooks on it to try and like tie it down, trying to stop it from moving forward. And it was really, really cool how they did the story there. And that's what I'm looking forward to in Wilds because I've heard a lot of good things about it. People that have been like playing it early and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've seen some gameplay and it looks insane. The eye to detail Monster Hunter has
Yeah.
is so good. I saw this clip about where they were by a forge
Yeah.
where they had just looked at the idle animation of the blacksmith,
Okay.
where she had taken a sword out of a basket. She had put it into like the kiln to fire it up, waited for a bit, and she actually took it out, started hammering it a little bit, kept going with hammering, put it back in again, wait a little bit, took it back out again, hammered it a little bit, and then took it and then quenched it,
Yeah.
and actually quenched it, and then put it into a different basket. And then she went, then took a sword and went over to like polish it. So like just that small animation just keeps going. It's like goes on for so long.
Like a good detail to have it again.
Yeah, it's like it's one idle animation that could
Yeah.
have taken like 15 minutes to wait for
Yeah.
to go through the entire thing. So it's like you're gonna see them doing different things all the time, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So animations and art in the game looks great.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
Comes out fairly soon.
Hmm.
I'm not 100% sure. I think it was now in the end of February.
Might be. I
I'm not
don't
100%
remember.
sure on the date, but it is right around the corner.
Yeah.
Then you have we've already talked about Split Fiction comes in March,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Um, Another game I'm excited for this year, Elden Ring, Nightreign. I already talked about
Yeah.
earlier. My favorite game, one of my favorite games of all time, Elden Ring. Getting this kind of like arcadey style
Yeah.
roguelite, and I'm just excited to be able to do that. Play that with friends.
Yeah.
So because one thing that I've felt is like been kind of missing for like the Souls games is they're able to do like a full co-op run
Yeah.
where like since you're pretty much just picking somebody in to help you with one boss and then you go back again and then you need to pick them up again and like it's kind of difficult. You can't really play the entire game through together.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be fun, I think.
Hmm. Yeah. Looking like a great year for games, at least.
Yeah, no, the this next half year I think is
Yeah.
gonna be really good for games.
We have
For
a lot to look forward to.
yeah, Night Rain is coming in May, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
And then we have the hopefully the release of Switch 2 in
mm,
I'm hoping like in July.
I think it's gonna be like August,
Yeah, it's
September,
probably gonna be
somewhere
August,
like
September, but I'm
Q
hoping for summer.
Q3 most likely, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm still hoping for summer release.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to hope, but the hopium, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I think that pretty much wraps us up for this one.
yeah.
So,
Um,
do you want to say some notes on what we're gonna do next time?
Next episode is gonna be me hosting. It's gonna be the anime manga episode. We're taking a little bit of a dive into manga and animes for this year, kind of like we've done with the games for this year. But we're excited to see, and yeah,
Hmm.
releases this year. We're excited for, and some uh, not quite a review, but the telltale of what I've been up to.
Sure.
So yeah. Uh, other than that, thanks you giving the go
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
or listening.
Or
Uh,
listening, audio viewers. That said, if you want to follow us on Spotify, Player FM,
yeah,
or YouTube, where we also have our video host, video version,
yeah,
you're able to do that. So give that a check,
yeah.
and
Check us out on YouTube. It's Leveled Opinions,
yeah,
just as the podcast says. We also probably will
links in the description, links in
links.
the
Yeah,
bio of the video,
sorry,
mostly.
yeah. Link will be in the description or bios on most platforms.
So until next time, have a
Next
good
time,
one.
have a good one.